Welcome to Empowered to Grow, the podcast. I am your host, Hanan and Basha, the business doctor. Following our conversations with empowered women who woke up one day and consciously claimed, I am more than enough, I am worthy, I am empowered to grow. And along their empowering journey towards realizing their own potential and their quest for growth, they became a beacon of hope and guidance for others. May you also find your inner power to grow. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Empowered to Grow. This is your host, Hanan and Basha. Today, I have a beautiful lady who we met yet again by coincidence online, just because the universe had it that we had to meet. So who says no to that? We had a few chats, we shared a lot of energy, and it was just amazing. Monia is a Greek lady who is currently in Switzerland, starting with a management degree, getting an interest in events and events management, took her practically with events around the world. And thereafter, she started saying, okay, there's more to life than this. And that's where she went up and decided to take an interest in wellness. Wellness for her started with yoga. She got yoga certification. And then she decided, okay, there's a bit more there. And then she went for her life coaching certification. And now she is all about embracing all of you. So the wellness, the mental, the health, all of it that comes along. Monia, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor and well done for what you're doing. It's amazing. I'm very inspired.
Thank you. I should have introduced you in your full name. Monia Pyraki? Pyraki. Okay. I'm sorry for that. So Monia Pyraki. Very Greek. We share, I think, the Mediterranean blood just across the sea. So that's why we align as well.
Totally.
Monia, when I told you that I want to interview you on Empower to Grow, the podcast, what does the term Empower to Grow mean to you?
Empower means support, means inspiration, means connection. And to me, it's the definition of we are not alone. We are here to empower each other.
That is the essence of it. True. So you, as per the intro, but you've empowered yourself to grow on a good number of levels. Can you share with us a bit about your story, please?
Yes, of course. So I was born in Rhodes in Greece, and I come from a family that is very united, and they always wanted me to stay in Rhodes working for our family business. And that's where I started. I mean, it was always part of my life. I always have this also in my blood, the entrepreneurship and retail and being around people. Mm-hmm. So that's like the way I grew up. Always, my parents had this shop with clothes and I was always there, always part of it. And I started loving meeting people from around the world because Rhodes is an island. Yes. And had a lot of tourism.
True.
Then my family actually wanted me to study management. So their dream was for me to take over the family business together with my brother and sister, which for a period of time I did. Mm-hmm. So I studied my bachelor's degree in the American College of Greece, business management. It was really good, really nice for that period of time.
Yes.
Then I went to the UK and did my master's degree in events and tourism with a minor in human resources. Always loved people. Mm-hmm. So when I went back to Greece, I felt that there is something more for me and I wanted to explore the world. And although I was happy there, my friends, my family, there was something missing. So back then, the first big event in Greece happening was the Athens Olympic Games. So I said, why not apply to work for that event? Right. So I got hired by an American company and I started working with them as a training manager for volunteers and paid staff in the Olympic Indoor Hall in Athens. It was amazing. I met people from around the world. And that job opened the doors for me to the events world. Mm-hmm. So after that, I continued working for international events like the Winter Olympics in Torino. I went to Qatar for the Arab Games for the first time in 2011. I fell in love with Qatar because of the weather, the climate, the people. It was so close to my heart.
Yes.
And in between, I was always going back to Greece, to the family business. I was lucky enough to have something also there when the event was over.
Yes.
At some point, I felt that was something meaningful, but I wanted also to create a family. I wanted also to find the person I would share my life with. And I started working in the Olympic Games in London, where I met my husband during the event.
Okay.
And he also works for big events, and we had a lot of in common, including our love for traveling, our love for good food. And so
that's amazing things to connect over.
It was. So after that, we decided that we wanted something more permanent than working like for just big events.
Yes.
So we started thinking where would be our next step, and we both agreed that Doha would be a great place to live because the World Cup was coming.
Yes.
And also there were a lot of job opportunities for both of us. I then got hired in Aspire and started working as a senior sport event specialist. Aspire Zone is a big sports city in Qatar.
Yes.
And my husband also got his job in Doha, so we lived there for 5 years. During that time, I realized that there was something more than this corporate world. As much as I enjoyed it, I started looking more inward, and I was running to a yoga class every time I was finishing work. I remember from Aspire, my first thing was to go to do some yoga to relax. And also, as much as now things are changing, I could say it was kind of like being a woman was trying also to stand up for many things.
Yes.
For yourself.
Sure.
And I never had a problem, but it was like extra effort of trying. And that was a bit stressing me sometimes as well.
Yeah.
So I really needed yoga. I started doing I did my first 200 hours in Qatar. Then I started doing trainings of meditation and mindfulness in Thailand and other places around the world. I was really inspired by it. I started feeling the benefits of wellness in my mind and body. And then after that, as you said in the introduction, I wanted something even more. And I did my life coach training. I always loved people, empowering people, supporting people. And also a big skill I learned during that training is also listening to people.
That's true.
Without only advising or giving my opinion, just listening. I felt very inspired, and I felt that I was ready for my next step. So I thanked my corporate world for what it had given me, because it was the journey I had. But I was really ready for the next step. And then I started also by organizing wellness and more yoga retreats and events with a yoga studio in Qatar, which was something really, really nice during the time I was there. But during that period, unfortunately, I had a negative incident happening to me. I had a miscarriage, and I had to start giving myself some more time.
That's true.
Going a little bit back, going a little bit inwards. And when this happened, I just took a small break from everything. And again, I realized how important the tools I had were, all these things I've done during my life. But I needed time with myself.
Yes.
And at that stage, we decided to take a break, and we moved from Doha. We went back to Greece before moving here in Switzerland. I was pregnant again, and then I gave birth to my twin boys that are now.
God bless. You're a hero just by saying that statement.
Yes, thank you. And after that, we moved here in Switzerland, and we are based in Zurich. And the beginning was hard, different, lonely.
Yeah.
But since almost a year now, I'm back in my coaching practice, and also have this vision to connect, to inspire, and to organize wellness events that support women around the world.
I love that. I love that. I'm sure I know we will be talking more about that once we're released to move around again. I'm sure we'll try to organize something together. So as you said, you've had an enriching experience. You've had the corporate world, you've got the wellness, and then that's where you had to stop because you were equipped. And then you said, okay, now what do I need? And I think miscarriage, I've been through a miscarriage as well, a couple at least. And it kind of really makes you stop to look inward and to say, I think it's kind of looking inside of you for the power to get up again, just because it's such a testing incident, as you said, that you just have to muster the courage to get up and to try again and say, this is not it. From everything you had experienced and your whole roundup of facades of life, I would say, what would you go back and tell or advise your 19-year-old self?
To follow more my heart, rather than following and checking the boxes of my family, of the society, of everyone else.
Yes.
So yes, which is something I do now, but this is really the advice I would give to my 19-year-old self, to follow more my heart. And I'm a person that thinks logically. Yes, it's part of who I am, and that will always be there. But just try to balance it with also what my feelings is, what my heart says as well.
I love that. Yeah, and that's true. The checklist syndrome, I think it should be it should be diagnosed by now. Yeah. And so if we go to the other end of the spectrum, from a time capsule perspective, what would you like your 90-year-old self to thank you for?
For supporting women to find clarity, balance, for the people I inspired through my work and the people I supported, and for being a good mother and wife.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so to sum up, you're on a stage and you are talking to tens of thousands of women. And the speech is something along the lines of being empowered to grow. What would be that lasting message you leave them with, the finale?
Live the life you love and love the life you live.
Okay, I love this. And yes, it is it is one of my mottos too. But please elaborate a little more.
Allow yourself to live without regrets, create the life of your dreams without any limitations. Learn from your failures. We all have failures, and it's part of our journey. It's part of who we are. And allow yourself to be kind to yourself. And that would support you also to be kind to others and give to others, because it all starts with us. It all goes within loving ourselves, self-love, self-care. Then we love our life.
That's true.
And then that's the consequence of living a fulfilled life.
Yes. Well, Monia, thank you. That was amazing. Where can our viewers and our listeners connect with you in the virtual space?
Okay, they can find me in my Instagram profile, Monia Pyraki, under my name, or my LinkedIn profile. And in both profiles under my name, my website is also listed there.
Great.
So I would love to connect.
Okay, great. Anyway, I always, within the show notes, so the episode notes, I always include the links so they can find it also there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Monia. It's nice and sweet and to the point and very empowering in itself.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure too. Well, as you heard, again, another message of empowered you empowers others. Love, abundance, and prosperity to you all. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Empowered to Grow podcast. For further engagement with a tribe of empowered women, join my Facebook group, Empowered to Grow, or visit my website, www.hananulbasha.com. I'll catch you on the next episode. And until then, know that empowered you empowers others. Love, abundance, and prosperity to you all.